This program is brought to you by Emory University. Hello, today we are going to talk about what the body does to drugs after you take them. Drugs have to get to the brain. That's the only way they can make somebody feel different, and it's the only way to get high. For drugs to get into the brain, they have to be in the blood, and various factors determine how much drugs gets into the blood and the brain, and how long they remain there. Overall, what happens to drugs in the body is referred to as drug dynamics. The first thing that happens after you take drugs oral is that it has to be absorbed from the stomach and the intestines into the blood. From the blood, it passes into the brain and again all off. These drugs have to get into the brain to have an effect. A large fraction of the blood pump from the heart goes directly to the brain. Drugs that are injected directly into the bloodstream are not absorbed by the stomach but are still passed into the brain. Some drugs, such as nicotine or inhalants, are absorbed directly from the air in the lungs to the blood. Different drugs have different absorption efficiencies. Some drugs are nearly all absorbed and others are not. The next step is when drugs are metabolized or changed. The metabolism or chemical modification of the drugs can result in the cessation of their action. And metabolism can also enhance the next step, which is the excretion. Drug metabolism usually takes place in the liver, but it can take place in other bodily organs as well. It's the enzymes in the livers and elsewhere that modify the structures of drugs, and the example is the metabolism of ethanol. If the change further into acetate, acetate is not an active substance. So a metabolite of ethanol is inactive, and the effect of taking ethanol or alcohol is terminated by its metabolism. This next example shows the many possible metabolites of nicotine. You can see that it's extraordinarily complicated, and many different kinds of metabolites and chemical structures are possible. Of course, you don't have to remember all of this. I show you this just to give you an appreciation of how complicated drug metabolism can be. In the next and final step in a drug's journey in the body is drugs elimination. Drugs and the metabolites are removed from the body mainly in the urine or feces. A couple of important concepts related to drug elimination include clearance, which is a measure of the body's efficiency in eliminating the drug, and the second is elimination half-life. The half-life of a drug is a measure of the rate of removal of the drug. It's the time needed to remove or metabolism 50% of half of the drug. So we have discussed three main steps: drug absorption, drug metabolisms, and drug elimination. This graph deals with the idea of half-life. It shows the difference of two different substances A and B from the blood. Drug A has a shorter half-life and drug B has a half-life twice that of A. It's interesting that sometimes the metabolites of a drug present in the urine for longer periods than a drug itself. In some cases, the targets of this text can be metabolites of drugs.